Anyway, speaking of smelling things, let's segue to NXT. I got a lot of problems with you people. I don't know why they try to turn me off of this program in the first segment every week. And we're talking about NXT. This is for November 11th, 2020, if anybody's keeping score. The first segment is always either a 20-minute girls match involving two women who have a total weight of 117 pounds, or it's some kind of gaga with old Johnny Sameface. And they open the show up with, he's had the thing going on where he's scared of wheels, and he's cursed. He's cursed because every time he wins a title, he loses it in his first defense, and he's cursed because the wheel was coming up for Halloween Havoc, was always coming up in his trial run-throughs. It was coming up with some horrible match that was going to get him buried alive or put in a casket or whatever. But now that he won, apparently on the show last week that we didn't, or 2 weeks ago that we did not watch, he won the North American title. Now he's out there in the ring with his own wheel. He's got a wheel of challengers, and all the guys, top guys' names are written on this wheel, except for in obvious tape and Sharpie, he's written the one job guy's name. And he recites a written bit where he tries to be entertaining, but he didn't believe what he was saying, or not only that, but he didn't try to make you believe it. He was just doing a performance. Where there's a wheel, there's a way. And he did the goofy walk. He actually said that. It's where there's a wheel, there's a way. And then he did his goofy walk. And then he spun the gimmicked wheel and it picked the job guy. Because it not only stopped on his name, but it backed up and went forward a couple of times. So it's obvious. Here's why this doesn't work when you don't know how to do it. It doesn't work when the heel is telling you and showing you that it's obviously fixed. It works when the heel plays it straight and denies that anything is fixed, even when his shit falls apart and it's obvious. So they do wrestling angles that they've seen tape of or that they've heard people talk about, but they don't understand why they were done or in what context they were done. Anyway, so of course Leon Ruff comes in the ring, and he weighs 125 pounds. I mean, he made Brian Hildebrand look like Lex Luger, for fuck's sake. I can do all the skinny ones. If he gets a sunburn, he looks like a thermometer. He turns sideways, sticks his tongue out, he looks like a zipper. He uses Cheerios for a hula hoop. He's got to run around in the shower to get wet, whatever. So Gargano is, I don't know what he was announced at, but he's got to be 170 or under, and his opponent's 125 pounds. So this looked like the Anorexic Wrestling Federation. And, of course, Johnny Sameface kicks the shit out of Leon Ruffin, or Leon Ruffin. Maybe he was Eddie, one of those Ruffins. What Ruffin was in the Temptation?
David Ruffin. He was one of the most talented guys ever.
Yes, maybe Leon Ruffin is the son of David Ruffin, because I met the Temptations 30 years ago at the NAPTY convention in New Orleans, and they were about as big around as old Leon Ruffin is.
Yeah, but who was in the Temptations by that point? It was probably just Otis Williams and four other guys.
No, it was Eddie Kendricks.
No, 30 years? No way.
I got his goddamn autograph. I've got a picture with me and the LPWA girls and Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin.
There's no way Eddie Kendricks. Wait, LPWA, so that's what, 91?
90, 91, somewhere around there.
Didn't Eddie Kendricks die around that point?
Soon afterwards, but I didn't have anything to do with it.
But they weren't there with the Temptations. They were there, Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin were there on their own, not with Otis Williams and the Temptations, I'm assuming.
Well, they were goddamn wandering around. I didn't ask him his personal business, you son of a bitch. I was just, I was signing autographs at the booth, and I looked up, and well, goddamn, there's the Temptations. And they were all dressed up in suits. They were appearing for some reason, and I got them to sign a fucking card for me and had a picture taken with them.
David Ruffin died June 1st, 91.
All right. Well, I said they looked pretty sickly. They were probably all strung out on crack.
No, don't say that. Only David Ruffin was the one strung out.
All right, I don't know. But
Eddie Kendricks died October 5th, 92.
There you go. They're about as big around as hiccups, though, but they had $5,000 suits on. It wasn't 3 square inches of material. Anyway, so Leon Ruffin.
No, Leon, it's not Ruffin, it's Ruff.
Well, it is now. Maybe somebody will remember him. Johnny Sameface kicked the shit out of Leon Ruffin. I would say that this looked like the Mexican minis were wrestling each other, but all the Mexican minis outweighed Leon Ruffin. And then Damian Priest shows up at ringside, and Leon gets a roll up for a 2 count. And then Priest is still there at ringside and doesn't really do anything, but suddenly Leon Ruff ducks a kick and rolls Johnny Sameface up 1, 2, 3 and wins the North American title. If they were going to do that, why didn't they do it when Priest showed up and fucking Gargano turned around and got rolled up? They just went another fucking couple minutes and then did the same basic thing. And then they did the comedy bit where Damian Priest is holding Leon's arm up and he puts the belt around his waist. When he throws his arms up, it fell to his feet. It wouldn't stay around his waist. So the North American champion is now a job guy. And they've switched it, well, how many times recently? But obviously Gargano just won it 2 weeks ago, and now he's lost it. And Priest got even with him already. Imagine that. Did this work for you, dog?
No, it really didn't. We'll talk about the post-match thing, because that did work for me for different reasons. Did you see Triple H's tweet about this?
No.
It was a short video of Leon Ruff celebrating on the podium with Damian Priest, and the belt keeps falling down because he's too skinny. And Triple H said, "That's why we don't call it a belt. Congratulations to Leon Ruff."
Here's another example of people who have seen things in the past, but they didn't know how they were applied. The idea of, especially in the territories, the idea of an underneath guy or a job guy suddenly getting a big victory or even winning a title over an established main event guy has been done a million times, and when it's done it's caused by the fucking other top guy that main event guy that just did the job is going to be working with or currently in a program with or whatever. This is not revolutionary. But number one, their North American title, it's a national TV show, so you can't act like the territories and we're switching the belt in Southeastern for 4 days or whatever. But also, it's not primarily comedy. It's primarily a tool of embarrassment or humiliation to heat up what you want to do. They did it in Memphis in '83 one time. The Fabulous Ones, hottest babyface tag team that they'd ever had. We're working with the Assassins, Roger Smith and Donnie Bass. And at the time, the Assassins were the World Tag Team Champions, or being billed as such. So on TV, I think it was Jimmy Hart runs his mouth, says, "We're going to defend the titles on TV today against Robert Reed and Ken Raper. Reed and Raper. And they're job guys. They've never won a match on television or anywhere else. So immediately the Assassins are kicking the shit out of these guys, and Hart's laughing and they're rubbing their face in it. But the Fabulous Ones come out and do something, and one of the Assassins gets pinned, and Ken Raper and Robert Reed are the World Tag Team Champions. Holy shit. Saturday morning, live TV, anything can happen. But at that point, they get hot and they change the card for Monday night so that the Assassins get their return match with Reed and Raper, followed by a lights out match or whatever kind of stipulation match with the Fabulous Ones and the Assassins. And Reed and Raper are the tag team champions for 48 hours until Monday night. And then the Assassins get in the ring, and I think juiced both of them and probably, I think, did a stretcher job on at least one. And the Fabulous Ones have to come out and save. And obviously now the Assassins get the belts back. And then they do a bloody fucking wild ass main event match with the Fabulous Ones and do a heat finish to come back the following week. But you don't just have this fucking guy for no reason roll the guy up, leave the ring with the belt. Now he's Damian Priest's little buddy, I guess. and it's just all a ha-ha thing for a main championship. I don't know. But the after thing, it's not that the thing in the back was necessarily any good or better or anything. It's just anything Damian Priest is in, he sounds natural. He got something out of this. He gave Leon Ruffin the keys to his rental car and said, take off. Johnny's going to be coming back for you. Then he's fucking with Johnny. He even doing this hokey shit, he still seems natural and comes off as believable in that situation, even when nobody else can. Do you get that from him, or is it just me?
I really liked the segment backstage, and it was all because of Damian Priest. He was so good, just laughing in Gargano's face when he said, oh, this was a match. We shouldn't have happened. You made the match, you idiot.
It was your idea.
He was great.
But now Leon Ruffin is the North American champion. We'll see what happens. But it's okay, actually, because everybody's got a title. I know this because the very next match was for a fucking title, the Cruiserweight title. Everybody's got a title here. And I don't see any size. Well, actually, I do see a size difference. The current Cruiserweight champion is much heavier than the current North American Heavyweight champion. Much heavier.
I think he's heavier than the NXT champion, Finn Balor, too.
Well, there you go.